Hello. Today I would like to discuss a topic that's been on my mind for some time now, and it's something that I feel has become increasingly more popular today. Unpaid internships. Internships can and do provide invaluable training and experience to the young worker fresh out of school looking to make something of themselves. But I believe it's time to look closer at the subject and point out the ethical implications of unpaid internships. In my opinion, I believe unpaid internships are unethical, they're exploitative, and wrong. And today I'm going to explain why. First, I want you to consider yourself and what you want to do with your life outside of college. There are a lot of young people on the verge of graduating now with no clue of what direction they're going in. These new graduates, although knowledgeable and educated, are still naive and impressionable, and this unfortunately makes them the perfect target for predatory organizations. Unpaid internships, although attractive to new, inexperienced adults, are not going to pay the bills for or the student loans accrued throughout your time in college. Unpaid internships create a disadvantage for lower income students. Some do not have the ability to work for free. Giving away your time for free is not a luxury of a lot of new graduates. So right off the bat, this sets the starting line for recent graduates at different levels. The ones financially stable enough to give their time away for free will ultimately have quite the advantage over someone who can't afford the same luxuries. This also furthers the divide between the wealthy and the poor. Those of us fortunate enough to have been born with a silver spoon will reap the benefits of an unpaid internship, while those of us who don't have the money are forced into the workforce early, and usually in an organization that doesn't really align with our education, because we're forced to make ends meet. So again, the underprivileged are put at an immediate disadvantage right out of the gate. Another issue is that some degrees actually require an internship as a part of their requirements for graduating. This creates an impossible situation for some. Paid internships are of course the ideal situation, but in most cases you're not going to find a company willing to pay an inexperienced college student a reasonable wage, if any at all. So they're forced to take on extra work for free to satisfy the needs of a required course. This causes a severe strain on college students when they're already juggling the many issues that come with finishing school. Furthermore, we must consider the ethical implications of an unpaid internship. The very idea of free labor itself should raise eyebrows and red flags. In theory, and of course to a bigwig executive, the idea of an unpaid internship can sound great. It may even be seen as an olive branch by some. Big company gives an opportunity to a fresh-faced kid straight out of the gate. Look, nearing graduation sounds admirable on the surface, but what does it really mean for that intern? Are they being given a real opportunity, or are they just being exploited for free work? Is that person given the same legal protection as a paid employee? Usually they're not covered by minimum wage laws. They're not entitled to sick pay or vacation leave. They aren't technically employees at all. So all these same protections are not afforded to the intern, which is wrong. And it could lead to liability issues. This can cause companies to take advantage of their interns, leading to overwork and underappreciation. And that's a raw deal for anybody. Moreover, the use of unpaid internships further reinforces the inequalities of our society. A lot of industries that do unpaid internships are usually highly competitive and cutthroat, such as entertainment and fashion, for example. To someone with no industry knowledge or experience to fall back on, this kind of environment can be very toxic, and it's not a good place to gain valuable experience. A lot of what is learned in these types of environments is niche specific and doesn't have a lot of transferable value to other industries unlike it. Unpaid internships also limit diversity and innovation. It stifles creativity and it puts a requirement on knowledge access. You must be able to afford a life without pay or spread yourself so thin that you can't afford anything else to gain the necessary experience required to enter certain jobs. It limits potential and it only allows for a narrow selection of candidates who can afford to work for free. New ideas and perspectives are ultimately limited because only a privileged few can work an unpaid internship. So, in conclusion, unpaid internships are unethical, they're exploitative, and they're just plain wrong. They put those at a lower income level at an immediate disadvantage and they perpetuate inequality. They create a pay-to-play type of environment where the ones who have do well and the ones who don't, they fall behind. It's unfair and it should not be the norm. If a company can't afford to at least pay the minimum wage to its interns, then it has no right to call itself an ethical organization. Internships can have wonderful outcomes for potential employees. It opens up the opportunity to gain hands-on experience, networking, and skill development, as well as exposure to different work cultures. They are a great way to gain exposure to the workforce and gain invaluable experience, but they shouldn't be a way to substitute paid labor. Thank you.